Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm going to do a quick install video and just a brief overview of the 3D Moto rear rack for the DR-Z4S. So straight out of the box, this is everything that's included in the package. Looking at the rear rack itself, they give you some hardware sort of loosely attached. We've got the side supports, some hardware for mounting those to the bike. They give you a little treat, some gummy bears, some cool stickers, and a little pamphlet or brochure. So initial thoughts, just looking at the rack itself, it's a very slim, sleek design. There's nothing, too bulky about it, nothing hanging off or weird lines. So I like that about it. It's a very, small footprint. With that being said, you're not going to be able to mount a ton of stuff to this thing, but I think it's going to work well for me. One thing I will say to take into consideration is the mounting point. You will have to drill out your factory fender. So the Suzuki OE rack that Suzuki designed for the bike uses dual mounting point, which this is going to share. But the fender itself does not come from the factory pre-drilled, but the bracket on the frame is already there, and you won't have to make any modifications to that. But you will have to drill through the fender for these spacers to pass through. So if that bothers you, maybe this is not the solution for you as far as a rear rack goes. It doesn't bother me, and I feel like a dual mounting point, as Suzuki intended, is going to be a much more rigid design than some of the other racks on the market only have a single mounting point in the center. So I feel like that's going to be much more stable than the single mounting point. I got a scale set up here. I'm going to weigh it just to give you an idea of what it weighs. I don't like to be adding a bunch of unnecessary weight to my bike, and that's one thing that was appealing about this rack, is just sort of the small footprint. It feels very lightweight. Well, I'll give you some numbers here so you know exactly what it weighs. With everything on the scale that we're going to mount. So pounds, 2.192. So roughly we round up 2.2 pounds. For you guys on the metric system, 994 grams. So, still pretty lightweight. I would have thought it was a little bit less than that, just based on how light it feels, but those are the numbers. Still not a lot of weight. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and just sort of pre-assemble this on the bench here. So we're just going to back off these nuts, go ahead and pre-assemble the rack itself. All right, we got those just briefly, pre-assembled. I'm gonna go ahead and just back off these nuts here and remove the spacers and the washer. And now we're gonna head over to the bike and just sort of pre-fit everything, and we'll take it from there. So just initially mocking it up here on the bike. This is kind of where it's gonna go, but as you can see here, where the dual mounting point is, we don't have a hole here. So this is what I was telling you about. We're going to have to drill this out. Some of the aftermarket racks utilize this single mounting point where the fender mounts. And like I said before, this is going to be a better system for the dual mounting, but we are going to have to drill this out. So what we're going to do now, we're going to get out under the bike. Our next step is to drill the hole. So once we get under there, I'll show you what we got going on. So looking under the bike here, you can see the bracket or the portion of the frame where we've got these two mounting points. What we're going to need to do is drill through the plastic from underneath here. So you're going to need a 1/4 inch drill bit. What you want to do is just take a nice, slow, steady pass. You don't want it to be forcing it and blowing a big hole out the other side. And you also want to try to keep your drill as square as possible with this bracket. So you don't want to be, at an angle, or your hole's going to be off on the top side. So our goal is to try to get this hole precise on the top side. All right, so now we're going to get up on the top, take a look up there, and like I said, I think we're going to have to open those holes up a little bit further. But now we know we're nice and square and lined up with the bracket. All right, so we got our holes up here. Everything looks good. We're going to need to open these up to accommodate these spacers. This spacer is going to have to pass all the way through to sit on top of the bracket underneath. Measured these are, you're going to need a 14 millimeter drill bit, or 9/16 would work as well. Going to be slightly larger, but the way this plastic is, when you drill it, it kind of closes up. So I think a 9/16 would probably be perfect. I personally don't have a drill bit that large. The closest thing I've got is a 1/2 inch. So we're gonna just drill them out to a 1/2 inch and see if maybe I can just waller it around a little bit and open it up. So same thing up here, you want to just try to get your drill bit square. It's going to follow that hole. We want to just open those up. All right, that was pretty easy. So we're still going to have to open those up a little bit further. Okay, what I've decided to do, since I didn't have the proper size drill bit, I've got just a piece of scrap metal that I shoved up in between the frame and the plastic just so I don't keep drilling through there and messing up my frame. So I'm just going to kind of just waller the hole out just a little bit just so I can get the spacer in there. Don't want to take too much off, so let's see if we can just get it to pass through there. All right, looks like we got it to go through there. So just want to clean up the hole a little bit. I'm probably going to get a razor blade and just dress that up a little bit, but you get the idea. And we'll do the next one just the same. All right, so we got our spacers passed through the plastic. Everything looks real good there. I'm just going to do a quick mock up here, make sure everything fits well before I start locking in the fasteners. So yep, everything looks real good there. So once we get to tightening everything down, we don't want to tighten these 4 bolts on the outside completely until we've got it actually mounted, because we don't want anything in a bind or whatever. We want to go ahead and mount the side brackets first. So what you're going to need an 8mm over here for these factory bolts to remove those. You're going to need a 4mm Allen key for all the fasteners on the top and a 10mm for all the nuts on the back. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and snug everything down here, but not, like I said, not completely tight on the 4 outer bolts. So we're going to do that now. Looking over here at the side of the bike, I've already removed the factory bolt, which was an 8mm socket that you needed to take that out. And the kit comes with its own hardware. So we've got a bolt, a washer, and the spacer. So what you're going to want to do is get that spacer in between the bike and the bracket. So and also you're going to need a 5mm Allen for that new bolt. You just want to get that on there loose. Probably good enough. I'm going to go ahead and get the other side on before we snug that down any further. And then we'll go underneath and put the nuts on. All right, so we got both the washer and the lock nut installed underneath. You want to just go ahead and snug those all the way down. 10mm on the back, 4mm Allen on the top. All right, the next step, you want to go ahead and lock down these side bolts completely. Just get them nice and snug, don't go crazy. And then from this point, you're going to want to just go ahead and snug up these final outer bolts here. Once again, that's a 4mm on the top, 10mm on the bottom. I'm just going to sneak under there with this wrench. All right, guys, that completes the installation. The 3D Moto rear rack for the 25 up DR-Z4S. Everything turned out real nice. I'm very pleased with the installation and how it looks. The rack seems like it's pretty sturdy. It fits the lines of the bike really well. And just a heads up too, I'm not sponsored in any way by this company. These are my own thoughts and opinions. If you like what you see, please hit that like and subscribe button. I'm going to be doing some future content on the DR-Z4S. See you guys on the next one.